Matthew Suggy here from Verity Baptist Church, Manila, providing you another video on the topic of Calvinism and most specifically total depravity. And one argument that Calvinists like to use is in John chapter 6 verse 44, where the Bible reads, "No man can come to me except the Father which hath sent me draw him, and I will raise him up at the last day." So the Bible says that you cannot come unless the Father draws you. And so they'll look at this verse and say, well, see, some people are drawn and some people are not drawn. And so if you're not drawn, you're going to go to hell, and if you are drawn, you're going to go to heaven. No matter what, if you're drawn, you're going to get saved and believe on Jesus, they say, but if you're not drawn, you're going to go to hell. Well, let's compare spiritual things with spiritual and see what it says in John chapter 12. Because it's very clear in John 6 that unless the Father draws you, you cannot come. You're not going to be able to go to heaven unless the Father draws you. Well, in John chapter 12, verse 32 and 33, this is what it says. "And I, if I be lifted up from the earth, will draw all men unto me. This he said, signifying what death he should die." So Jesus says that if I be lifted up from the earth, I'll draw all men unto me. And so the Bible's very clear that Jesus is going to draw all men. Now here's where Calvinists don't understand this, and most Christians don't understand this. And that's that, you know what, God draws everybody, but there are certain people where he stops drawing them at a certain point. So when it says you can't come unless the Father draws you, there are people here on earth that become walking dead men because they've rejected God so long that they become a child of the devil, which we talked about in earlier videos. But he did die for everyone, and he drew everyone. It's just that some people can reach a point on earth where they've lost their chance to be saved. But it's very clear he's going to draw all men onto him. Jesus died for everybody's sins. He wants everybody to be saved, and it's our choice if we're going to believe on Jesus Christ. And if we believe on Jesus Christ, then we become a child of God, and we're on our way to heaven. So if you compare spiritual things with spiritual, and you look up that word draw, well, it's very clear in John 12 that if he be lifted up from the earth, which he was, he will draw all men onto him. Now, what Calvinists will argue is, well, I mean, if he draws all men onto them, then why don't they just all go to heaven? Look, because he gives us free will whether or not we're going to accept him or not. It doesn't say that you're guaranteed you're going to heaven if he draws you or you're forced to go to heaven. No, we have our free will to accept. Yes, he draws everyone, and we have our choice if we believe or not. Thank you, and God bless.